So I'm here in Shinjuku and I saw that the cross Shinjuku vision, that monitor way up there, you can see it. I'm gonna zoom in. It's turning 4 years old. That's gonna flicker a little bit because it's just, let's see if I can change it a little bit. This is the digital cat TV. It turned 4 years old this month. It's kind of crazy. They've been showing anniversary videos of the cat. This is the one, the most recent one, where he seems to be dropping objects on the people that are walking underneath the cat. Back when it came out in 2021, this was a huge deal. And the international community could not come here to see the digital Shinjuku cat because, you know, nobody could come inside of Japan at that time. And here we are 4 years later, and there actually still are tourists over here. They're checking out the digital cat from in the shade. Of course, I'm not doing that. I'd go right straight into the sunshine. How you doing, everybody? It's freaking hot out here. I wanted just to come here and show my respect to the digital cat for all of its, for all the happiness that cats in general give us. Look at there he is floating. This is hilarious. I wish we could have a cat. Kanai is allergic to them. Brandania is not here, but this live stream is for her because she loves cats, and she just, bless her soul, she just rescued cats. Somebody had dumped a box of kittens out in front of a store, and she picked them up and took care of them. So we've got a really lovely person in our community. So I wanted to come out here and show some love back with some cat love, especially for our Hawaiian family here. I don't know, I think if you are walking around Shinjuku, it's kind of neat to see it here. Now I'm gonna bring up the video. They're showing a 4-year anniversary video like this. It shows the 4 years that the cat has been here. Maybe it's this one here, hold on, this one. So it's the happy birthday video from 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, and then this year. And they're already talking about the future, showing how the digital cat is gonna be even more awesome in the future. And that's a great way to get people to come here. You check it out and you see their other digital ads, which is why people pay a premium to be on this intersection. But it's still an innovative idea. This is the one that pretty much started it, and it's being copied by a lot of places around the world. So where exactly are we? In the city of Shinjuku in Tokyo. We're right down there. This is the south, hold on a second, this is the east exit of Shinjuku. Hold on a second, it says Higashiguchi. Sorry, Higashiguchi of Shinjuku Station. It's an interesting thing. This is what the digital sign is. It's a very busy intersection crossing over to go towards where that Godzilla statue is, you know, the one on top of the hotel. This street will take you there through this alley. No cars can go through there. But that one business across the street used to be a fruit business, and I'm kind of sad that that's gone. It had like a 100-year history. And you can see the square watermelon there too, which will be coming out now. The harvest is going to be, the first harvest is taking place right now, and they'll be coming out in the stores in about 2 or 3 days. So you'll see them into Tokyo. Happy Friday! Happy Friday to everybody. It's a pretty big deal, I think, that, I mean, the 4th anniversary is something. I'm sure it's going to be around for a lot longer. But if you take a look at Shinjuku Sancho, which is this street right here, we're going to walk down there just a little bit. I might take you, what do you guys say? Should I take you down towards the Godzilla statue? We can walk down towards there underneath the cat? Or do you want to go down towards Shinjuku Sancho, go take a look and see how that side of the city's doing? I would say, historically in the city of Tokyo, Sancho, this street here was one of the first real shopping streets, I would say. It's all the big department store anchored by Isetan, which is massive. Lots of stores left and right. It's a massive shopping hub decades ago, but nowadays there are shopping malls all over the place. But Shinjuku Sancho is a place I would often come to. It's loud here. I don't know what that was. Momuri. You can see the trains going past the station from the Yamanote line will go through here too. That's the Seibu Seibu Station, the Seibu Shinjuku stations in this direction as well. People seem to want me to go to the Godzilla. Really? Really? Godzilla over Sancho? All right, well let's go in that direction. I can't promise you the signal's going to be any better, but we're going to do this. Again, this is for our sister from another Mr. Brandania in Hawaii. For her love of kitty cats. We're going to walk underneath it. Studio Alta, this is something that's really sad. Studio Alta is gone, and they're building another building here, which is sad to see. Here's the anniversary video being played, and they're going to be doing that, I think, until September. So if you're coming this summer, you'll get a chance to see the kitty cat birthday. But it's not quite as intimidating from right underneath there. I always wondered if people were freaked out by the kitty cat looking down at them, and the effect's not as pronounced from down here, is it? It's still pretty cool. I'm amazed. Digital signage has come a long way, even in the last 4 years. This used to be a vegetable stand with a very long history, and now it's an Izakaya. It looks like it's been here for a long time. It's only been here for about 5 years. I remember my friends Dan and Lincoln from a channel called What's Inside. They cut stuff open. His son is going off to college. Great golfer. I think he got a full ride to go to the University of Utah, which is amazing. It's been fantastic to see Lincoln grow up. But we came here with Lincoln and his dad, Dan, and we bought we were looking at the square watermelons. I think we bought our square watermelon here. Nowadays, it's something else. This city, it changes so fast. All right, this street right there is where the Godzilla is. More digital signage. I was gonna go visit them. I wanted to see the southwest of the US with Kanai. We were gonna rent a car and drive around, but it just didn't happen because of, you know what? We couldn't if we had left Japan, we would never have been able to come back. But we're still hoping to get down there to see the southwest of the US. It's a beautiful place. Wow, look at that shop. The goth is back. Been always wondering about the goth fashion. I guess in a way it's kind of warped into like the maids. Those girls said it's kawaii, so. I haven't seen this store before. It's new. Whoa! Demon Slayer movie's coming out? If you zoom in, I guess it'll shake you. I have to stop. The Demon Slayer movie's coming out July 18th. I did not know that. There you go, live view of Godzilla. It's pretty intimidating. It's pretty intimidating. Yesterday, I took it on the chin a little bit from some viewers. I know there's a signal here. I can stay in the shadow. I took it on the chin with some viewers. I'm going to speak my mind. Look, I'm not a partisan person. I'm not a political person. I've talked about Grant planting a tree in front of the Tokyo Tower 150 plus years ago. The diplomacy and the friendship between Japan and the United States is unparalleled, and it goes much deeper than a lot of other countries. Right now we're in a tough time, and if you even mention the current president's name, you get so much hatred. It was like that when I made the video. I took it on the chin when I made a video in 2017. I visited a city. I spent a few days in Obama, Fukui. I took it on the chin from the other side. You all know I'm not a partisan person. I'm not one side or the other. A lot of comments coming in, I know who he voted for. Well, you really don't. And I think I say this very clearly, I have a lot of respect and love for the country that I come from. These cutout posters were a little bit creepy. This is the hotel I was staying in as well. It's a little bit creepy. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's creepy. But I take it as I see it, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and if you're so outraged and triggered by one comment, there's nothing really I can do about it. I've been doing this for a very long time. I can take the heat I'm not somebody who's going to get really upset by if you disagree with me. That's fine, but the negotiations are very interesting, and if you're an American, you're probably going to come out on top on this one. I'm not sure how you could hate that, but it's sort of true, and I'm not gonna double down on it. I don't think I need to discuss about the rice situation here, but we do have a rice shortage, and by making it public, the president is also helping Prime Minister Ishiba deal with the rice lobby. I didn't mention this yesterday. It helps them save face and say, look, I can't do anything about it. I'm getting pressure from this side. We have to grow more rice. They don't want to grow more rice because it keeps the prices high. They like that. They could do half the work and get twice the money. But I also didn't tell you this. Japan is doubled the exports of Japanese rice, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And the reason they're doing it is because they're making more money selling Japanese rice in Hawaii, in New York City, in Paris, than they are selling it here domestically. If the rice shortage was so bad, why did they double the export of Japanese rice? It's also a business, ladies and gentlemen. So Japan is a very tough negotiator. So is the United States of America. In the end, in a month from now, no one's going to be talking about this. So, and I know what I'm talking about. I'm somebody who's been on both sides of this. I go to Obama, I take it on the chin from the right. I think it was a fair video. I talked about yesterday. I think it was a very fair assessment. I take it on the chin from a certain amount of people. In the end, we actually had more subscribers and joined because of it. So I really don't know what the outrage is about, man. Just take it in stride. In the end, we want Japan to win, and we want America to win. And I think that's gonna happen. But the public display of the politics is rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and I get that. So that episode is done, and I'm moving on. But I do know what I'm talking about. You guys, I love it when you disagree with me. So understand when I might seemingly disagree with you, but you do not know who I voted for. So let's keep it at that. All facts. It's pretty cool. I love that they did this. You know. Shinjuku is considered the Godzilla city, Godzilla town for a reason. You know what they need to do? They need to put manhole covers here, and it needs to be Godzilla, and it needs to be him crushing the city of Shinjuku. That kind of stuff goes super viral. But there's a lot to love with Shinjuku. I don't come here very often. I'm coming here actually to look for hiking gear, rain jacket for the 4 days I'll be living at the summit of Mount Fuji with the Japan Post Office team. So Shinjuku is a good place to buy hiking gear. I did not, Joy, if you're watching, I did not know there was a Demon Slayer movie coming on July 18th here. That's kind of cool. Last time I was here taking a picture, it was the Pokemon movie. And they had Pokemon signs here, but now they have Demon Slayer movies signed. That's cool. It's a little shaky there. So everybody who wants to get angry at me for it, I get it. That's fine. You can be angry, but I'm not going to change who I am. I'm gonna be talking about the friendship that Japan and the U.S. have, and the difficult relationship from time, seemingly. Oh, they do have Godzilla stuff here. Seemingly difficult relationship at times that gets ironed out, because in the end, it just works out pretty good. No one's talking about this in a month. But look, the U.S. is the country that opened up Japan to the world. Commodore Perry came in with the threat of violence, blasting a cannon with black ships over 150 years ago, and that action is... He said, I'm going to come back with the black ships if you don't open up Japan and trade. And he did that, and then they opened up and traded. So by coming in, he forced Japan's hand, which is very hard. He helped some people save face because they were up against people who didn't want to open it. Then they didn't have any choice. Therefore, in the end, what America did was quite helpful to Japan. One can argue, and you can also argue the other side. But with the public tweet that came about the rice, it's sort of the same thing. It's a shot fired that sometimes can open things up, and it definitely needs to speed up. And I think that's what he's doing with it. And the last thing I ended the live stream with yesterday was that on the surface, Japan looks like it's a very simple place to understand. But deep down, there are so many layers. It's so much more complicated than the United States. It doesn't always work the way you think it does, and that's why. And I'll take some heat for it, and I'm okay with that. Because we've got a lovely cat here who will unify us. So when you have a tough stream, come back and celebrate with cats. Because everybody loves cats, except for my wife who has an allergy. How dare you? Sophisticated is the word. Graham, you got that right. It's very sophisticated. That's still such a cool sign. But honestly, I'm quite upset that Studio Alta's gone. You know how many times I met up with people? Hey, where do you want to meet up? Let's meet up in front of Studio Alta. Okay. And now it's gone. She's allergic to a lot of the dog furs, and I have a love-hate relationship with poodles. And they're the ones that are non-allergenic. So I don't know if we're gonna get a dog. Maybe a hamster. But I love these digital signs here that this didn't exist about 2 years ago. Now you have Wi-Fi hotspots. You can touch with your NFC to get tourist information. That's so cool. Like, I always thought that this was the answer. People are giving you flyers still to this day, and you can now just touch and get the tourist information like a PDF instead of getting a piece of paper. And that's sort of the wave of the future, because I got so many pieces of paper, I'm just tired of holding it. You know, I've got a office full of brochures that I never look at. If it was digital, I could index them. So I think it's a good idea what Shinjuku has done there. And actually, they have those same signs in Akihabara and a bunch of other areas around the city. A lot of people looking back to see the cat. He's talking the gibberish. Thoughts on the 3D panda in Ueno? Copycat. Do you get what I just did there? Copycat. There's another controversial episode that I can cover. Panda diplomacy. Oh, I feel so bad for the people in Wakayama. There's a couple of places in Japan with pandas, and China just took back, I think, 3 of them from the, I forget what the name of it is. There's a panda, there's a zoo in Wakayama that's very popular, and I believe that this month they're already on a plane back to China, and that's really harsh. So there's a whole episode on panda diplomacy, and there's a good chance that the pandas at Ueno Zoo might be on the way of the dodo birds. Imagine Japan not having any pandas. China basically owns the rights to all pandas, which is crazy, but I can understand. It's a gift when you get one. Only 2 pandas have ever been given without having that restriction. They were given to the United States, the Washington, D.C. Zoo, and both those pandas died, and they were the only ones. If those 2 pandas had bred, it's interesting. Thank you, Ramsey Silent, for the drink. I'm gonna try to find a vending machine. It's gonna be hard here. I don't see anything. And MXP 2000, staying in Shinjuku November, I'm craving a banana Kit Kat. Well, let's see if we can find one. Sometimes they put them right outside the big camera. I gotta go to the other side to the hiking store. So I might as well just keep this going for a little bit. What was I saying? I completely forgot. The heat is destroying my mind. Boy, Big Camera's got the sun umbrellas out, and they also have these battery-powered fans. But probably the best thing you could. What are the prices on them? So they rank them in terms of popularity, I guess. That one is 3,200 or about $27. That's a lot. You can get these on Amazon.co.jp sent to your hotel for a third of the price, but I don't know if they're going to be any good. And you kind of want them now because they're melting. I'm sure they sell a lot of those. There's even more here. You were saying if the two pandas given to the U.S. had bred. Thank you. I guess it's an interesting story. If the two pandas in the U.S. had bred and the U.S. was able to make pandas, the U.S. and China would be two countries that had pandas. But after those two unfortunately died, the result was that China now has a monopoly on pandas. So panda diplomacy is a real thing, and everybody loves pandas, including yours truly. You just want to grab one and hold one like I did with the koalas. And to a lesser extent, Australia has something like that with koala. But oh, it's so hot. What the heck? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, so Subway's stacking up subs. All right. You get like the 5 to 10 to stack burger at Burger King back again, I think. So we're walking now on the side of JR Shinjuku Station here. And this area used to be where a lot of younger people came. A lot of game centers inside here. But nobody really comes out to game centers anymore. So I haven't seen a vending machine. Subway tacos. Really? That sounds pretty good. I go to my burrito place, Tokyo Station, once a week, called Frijoles. It's the Chipotle of Japan. They've been around for about 20 years now. Frijoles, keep that in mind. They now have about 5 or 6 of them in Tokyo. All right, I'm taking you now past the information center. I went in the year 2000. I went to China's Panda Park near Changdu, and I stayed in Chengdu for about a week. We had a 30-day visa, and I went on from Chengdu on a flight to Lhasa, and me and 7 other backpackers rented a 4x4 with a driver, and we drove across Tibet to the Nepal border, and that's how we left China. And we had to wait in Chengdu to get our permit from the government of China, and we got it in about 4 days. But while we were in Chengdu, we got a chance to see the pandas, and that was one of the highlights of my time in China. It's such a beautiful country, China is. My gosh, I wish we were in much better relations with all of the countries, but that's not always the case. I was very fortunate to travel when I did. All right, down here you see underneath the bridge is a brand new, well, mostly brand new, I don't know how new it is now, a tourist office. See, this Don Quixote used to be a game center. That's their background. The signal is not ideal right now. I apologize. The signal will get a little bit better. I'm coming out from between the buildings here. So this is the other side. This used to be this used to be where Gap was. And I was like one of the only Gaps in all of Japan at the time, 25 years ago. And I remember going in here and I would go into the Mega Gap. Oh, it still is. What? All right, so the Gap never gave up its location here. Interesting. So this is maybe the best. By the way, WRX Turbo is in the house. Long time no see, my friend. You have made up for any time that you've missed. Thank you. This is the Shinjuku Tourism Information Center. They speak English, Chinese, Thai. They speak like every language under the sun. Shinjuku has put together. This is new. And they will help you plan your trip. it's quite amazing. If you give them a challenge, they like that. They will take you. We can walk. Maybe we can go take a look in there. I don't have a permit or anything, but they've got a lot of brochures. There's a map of Tokyo right there. So you just walking through here, you'll probably get 5 or 6 ideas for things to do inside of Tokyo. But they also speak English, and they will help you make reservations, plan your trip, all this other stuff. And I did a Reels about a year ago showing you that there are free volunteer Japanese guides that will take you around Tokyo for free. You just have to make a reservation. Free, 2 hours. Some things require just the payment for the activity that you're doing. Like if you're going to a tea ceremony, you just gotta pay for the tea ceremony, but the guide is free. There's a smoking area there. So now we're underneath the bus station inside of Shinjuku's underground walkway. There's the Marunouchi line, the Fukutoshin line, and the Shinjuku line. Fukutoshin still seems new to me because I was here before and was waiting them out while they were building it, which is crazy. And here's the Mitsukoshi, or now Nuaman. What? This used to be Mitsukoshi, the Times Square building. And up on the top floor was a Tower Records, or was it HMV? I'm not sure which one. I think it was HMV. And the bathroom across from the HMV had the best. I would stand at the urinal and you'd be able to get this amazing view of Shinjuku. And I said, this has got to be maybe the best toilet in all of Japan. I've noticed also the escalator problem. You're not supposed to stand on the. You're not supposed to walk on it anymore. But Japanese, you can't tell people not to stand on the right. People still stand on the left and walk up the right, and down, and vice versa. That's the rules have changed, and you're not supposed to walk on the escalator at all. But it's very hard to change the way people do stuff. You'll see signs all over the escalators as well. I'm making an episode on it. All right, there you go. Inside of here is the hiking store. Right here. Boom. So I got to try to find a waterproof jacket because I already know it's going to be raining inside of on top of Mount Fuji. If I'm going to be for 4 days, I'm going to be in a couple of downpours. It's inevitable. So I'm going to need some good gear. So I want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters for making that possible to buy maybe a little bit better gear than I probably would have. So I appreciate it. Yeah, walking no more. You're not supposed to walk on the escalators. It's mostly because a lot of people have luggage. People are getting older in Japan. They want to reduce accidents to zero. But in the end, it's actually more efficient not to walk on the escalators because people will line up. Japanese will line up, and there'll be a line. It takes 1 minute to get to the top. But if everybody used both sides and utilized the entire escalator instead of just the walkers, then that line would be gone. So it's a more efficient for people to just stand on the escalators. It moves more people than creating a lane for the walkers to go up. But that's a very hard thing to battle for Japanese culture, and something for another episode to talk about. All right, guys, take care. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow, oh wait, this is a very big piece of information. Tomorrow is the last day. If I'm going to climb Mount Fuji, and I'm taking the postcards for my Patreon postcard club, and we've gotten about 45 or 50 new postcard club members. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is the last day to maybe 36 hours to sign up to the postcard club and have your postcard come up with me to the top of Mount Fuji. So I'm just giving you a little bit of heads up. I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'll let you know that it's the last day. But I'm giving you a heads up. You got about 24, 36 hours before I have to close it, put the labels on there, put the stamps on there, and get that packaged up, because I got to hike it up to the top of Mount Fuji and deliver to the post office. And I've already told them that I'm doing this, and they're waiting for me to bring a bunch of postcards, and I'm going to film them. And then on the back of the postcard is a QR code to the video of them posting the postcards for the postcard club. So you're going to get to see me sending your postcard from the top of Mount Fuji, which is cool. So JP writes in here, that's why I signed up. Well, thank you, JP. I really appreciate it. I hope you signed up, and I hope you kind of stick with it, because I'm going to try to do that a lot more often, to try to go to the location, whether it's back in Nagasaki or up into the corner of Kyushu or the corner of Hokkaido, to take the postcards and send it from that location. The more people we sign up on the postcard club, the more incentive for me to do something really cool with that, the more interesting it becomes. Walter L. Walters, thank you. Yes, I saw that. You did sign up. I appreciate it. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you in another episode really soon. I'm going to go and try to find a vending machine. I didn't see any around here. Did you? I was looking. All right, Ramsey Silent, not to worry. I will get a cold drink, and I'll let you know. I appreciate it. Bye. Guys, take care. Leave me a comment. See ya. Mata ne. Stay cool.